Good morning. It's Harvey Jackson from XC Grain Marketing. Just going to go through the weather and see where and what it's threatening at all. ProFarmer Tour came in and they do a national average, and the national average that they pegged corn at is 181.1, which is still a large crop, still under the USDA at 183, and the national soybeans at 154.9, which is above the 153 and change for the USDA. So you've got some little bit of differences in what they're seeing or suggesting as well. But we will be getting some more results on the USDA in the next few weeks here as well. So hazards outlook, you can see that there's a rapid onset drought risk building in some of these regions here in Texas and up into Ohio and the river system going up there. And depending on where the crop stage is, that it could just bring on harvest as well. You can see the soil moisture percentile as of this morning. You can see that river system is dry along there and starting to dry out in Kansas, Nebraska as well, but and it shows that we still have some moisture in the Northern Plains U.S. if this NASA image is somewhat correct. Drought monitor showing almost the same kind of area, and again that comes out on Thursday, and it's valid from days before that. So here's your corn area, and it's not covered by a whole lot of drought, but if that rapid onset drought does continue and build into that area, we could see maybe, depending on crop stage, some drying out and maybe taking away a little bit of the yield. But if the crop stage is well advanced, probably won't take away anything. And the same thing with the soybeans. Here's your spring wheat growing area. You see very little is under drought, but at the crop stage that it's at, probably have little to no impact other than speeding up harvest. Here's just your 8 to 10 and your 3-week outlook. And so if you see temperatures showing almost normal in the 3 to 4 outlook in the center of the U.S. and the prime soybean growing area, and if we look at the precipitation, it's below as well, and or normal into the 3 to 4 week outlook. So you've got some. If you don't get too much heat, you're probably still going to continue to grow this crop. Here's some of the weather that's in the last 3 days, and you can see that Manitoba and Saskatchewan did get some heavy rainfall, and there's reports of 5 to 6 inches locally around where I live here. And you can see in the next 7 days, there's still this band of potential of more rainfall, and it's still not going to be great amounts, but it's showing some rainfall at least. Temperatures are hotter out east or out west than it is out east for the next week, and you can see moisture and nationally still going to get some into the Great Lakes area, and temperatures warmer to the west and to the south. Let's just go through canola here quickly. As you can see, we've had a few green days here, and the place where we would need to probably get above now, it's a 78.6 retracement value, and maybe I'll flip this around tomorrow because we're changing directions. You change your retracement direction as well, but we'll need to get above that. Let's call it 590-ish, and that could create a little bit of a support there as well. So if we look at this on the weekly basis, you can see a few red weeks last week with a bit of recovery, green, and just starting off today. But if we look all the way back a year ago, basically, and you can see that there's this downward trending movement. And if we look back 2 years, you can see this area here, the fall kind of chopped sideways 2 years ago. This fall last year dropped, and so far we've got a little bit of a leg down, and it all depends on the size of the crop for sure. And here's rapeseed needing to hold around or above this 61.8 retracement value, and so far it's holding up. And palm oil has actually had some really strong days, and it's got a really strong or wide trading range today, but really strong to the upside. And yet veg oil has not reacted the same way, and yet that is, if we're going to get direction, we're going to the all of veg oil complex needs to add some strength to help the canola for sure. Here's wheat. Uh, uh, Dropping off the last 4 or 5 trading sessions and making new lows every day. Not a good scenario for wheat. The hope was to hold this support level, around that 595 in that area, and it broke through, and we're trading 565 as we speak. So if we look at this over a 2-year period, you can see just making higher highs, higher lows. But let's just look at the timeline. Harvest is here, harvest is here, and really it just ground lower after harvest. Had a little spike in the last uh, late midsummer July, and you can see we had a spike actually May into June, and then we're fall apart. So when does the market hit its high? I call it spring summer. Here's your milling wheat in Europe, and it's broken through the what I was hoping for support. It looks like we're going to a full retracement all the way back to March trading values on the milling wheat. So no strength in wheat, and just looking at it in a 2-year cycle, same kind of scenario as we've seen in our North America wheat. Again, August 28th, we've got the model-based uh, uh, yield potential coming for wheat and canola. I don't expect anything good because it's taking pictures from July, and we've had weather has progressed to probably not increase yield since then. And then we've got a stocks report a couple weeks or 10 days later for the Stats Canada, and just a few days after that, we're going to get the another estimate from the USDA as well.